match or innings that you still always cherish?
So I was picked for the first time for Maharashtra before I played Ranji Trophy for the Wills Trophy. And in the very first game against Andhra Pradesh, I got 92 not out and I was man of the match and we won the game.
2009, I guess the DRS started, it brought more pressure to the umpires because your mistakes are being shown on the giant screen.
I think it's a double-edged sword because it makes umpiring easy in the sense you can refer a lot, whether it's a bump catch or whether it's a stumping or hit wicket or run out so everything is referred now. You see the batter is well out of his crease but umpires don't take a risk.
What is your biggest challenge first of all as a coach for Nepal's cricket team?
The biggest challenge was to get them to perform as a batting unit because Nepal fielding is out of this world.
What are some of the most bizarre decisions which you had to take as an umpire?
Jadeja was playing for Saurashtra. Yusuf Pathan was playing for Baroda. So I was the square leg umpire. Yusuf Pathan was run out. He was in the middle of the pitch. The fielder threw the ball to the keeper and the keeper whiffed off the bails. I actually didn't have to give out also in the sense that he just walked away. They just celebrated and Yusuf went in. Match got over. I think Baroda won the game. Everybody shakes hands and they came out. And as we were going in, Yusuf put his arm around me. Sir, मैं out नहीं था.
This video is brought to you by Avisa Sports, where passion meets performance. Their trusted balls and brand fuels the game at premier events and leagues across India, Dubai, Qatar and US. Avisa Sports extends their heartfelt wishes to all the cricketers across the globe. Thank you so much Nandan Phadnis ji यहाँ पे आने के लिए. सबसे पहले मैं जानना चाहता हूँ how does it feel coming over here and
I'm excited to come here actually. I've been passing this place a few times.
Correct.
And I knew that there is a lot of sport happening here. But the first time I've come inside and I was just having a look at the turf pitches and it seems really good. So I think it would be a good place to come and...
There are cricket pitches as well on that side and there's a swimming pool as well. And
I didn't see the rest of the facility but
correct.
I am aware that this is something which is really good and hopefully this will give us good athletes going forward.
That is the hope. But sir, thank you so much once again. You have worn so many hats when it comes to the cricketing world. Whether it's a cricketer, whether it's a coach, umpire, commentator. So I think there's a long list. How would you like to introduce to the world out there?
I would like to call myself as a coach because that is the one thing that I'm really passionate about. The beginning of my career, I started playing. I used to play a lot of games as a kid. So I was in a military school where every evening we had grounds and we played everything from riding to football to tennis to everything.
Correct.
And I was very good at tennis. Under 14, I was ranked number 4 in India at one time. But then growing up, the thing was that after 14, there was directly under 19. There was no under 16. So it was a very big gap and I was top of the group at under 14 and I started losing a lot because I was in the open field. So somewhere I lost interest. Then 10th came and my father was a doctor. So everybody said, no, you have to study. So then tennis took a backseat. And then after 10th, I was always in love with cricket, playing in the backyard, gullies, as you know, in India. So into college, I said, let me see if I can do something in cricket. I started playing cricket, club cricket, and fortunately, the secretary of Maharashtra Cricket Association at that time, Mr. Madhav Ranade, he took a fancy to me and he said, this fellow has potential. And out of nowhere, he selected me for the under 22 Maharashtra team. I didn't do well, but that got me going. And then I went on and then got into Ranji Trophy and so the journey began.
Correct. But if I ask you, what is your earliest memory जिससे आप बहुत इंस्पायर होके खेलना आपको लगा कि हाँ क्रिकेट ही मुझे अभी खेलना है and यहाँ से मेरी जर्नी शुरुआत हुई?
I can't name any one memory. Actually, one, yes. As a kid, my mother used to play badminton. There's this Nehru Stadium in Pune, if you're aware about. That was the stadium where all first-class cricket happened. Before now, this Gaunje Stadium has been built. But this Nehru Stadium was in the heart of the city, and my mother used to go and play badminton there. And as a kid, I used to accompany her. So the badminton facility was outside the ground. And there was a pillar out there where you could sit on the pillar and you could watch the cricket. So there was a Maharashtra-Rajasthan game going on when Chandu Borde was captaining Maharashtra. And there were Hemant Kanetkar and Chetan Chauhan, and I don't think you're aware of all these names, but at that time these were the...
This is what year are we talking about?
This, I was in school sometime in the late 70s. So, correct. And I remember my distinct memory is that Maharashtra won the game and Chandu Borde jumped in the air and he hurled his cap. And it was a very high scoring game and a very close game. And that somehow...
stayed with you.
Yeah.
Correct.
Another thing that happened was there was one person in Pune called Mr. Phadnis, who was a cricket coach. And this I'm talking about the 70s now and early 80s, but he was well ahead of his time. So his concept or his outlook was catch them young. So in fact, he made a documentary with me in the documentary as a kid playing. Where he says that you need to catch talent at a very young age and groom them. And then that was not the thing at that time. Now, yes, everybody says that. So he was a big influence on me because he thought that I could do something in cricket, and he mentored me in a sense. So, yeah, so that is the beginning of my journey again.
What about wicket keeping? Uska कीड़ा आपको कैसे आया? How did it start?
So my coach, Mr. Madhav Bapat in Pune, I used to play tennis. So tennis is a lot of sideways movement. You're running from this court, not exactly sideways, but a lot of semi-sideways movement.
Correct.
So he thought that I could probably, and I was very good I had a great ball sense. I mean, I played table tennis for the university. I played lawn tennis for the university. I played squash, not for anything, but cricket, of course, I was very good. I would play badminton. I would play football.
So all-rounder in the sense, yeah.
Athletics, I was the top all-round athlete in school. So I was physically very good. I had good hand-eye coordination. I had good ball sense. So he thought, and with my tennis background, that I would do well in wicket keeping. And that's how I started with wicket keeping and took a liking to it. And the thing with wicket keeping is that you're the only fellow in the team. So in a way, there is a better chance of selection. But also then there is less chance in a way, there's only one place.
There is only one place, correct.
Then if you're good enough, then I think it's okay. So, and another coach, Mr. Kamal Bhandarkar, again, he used to be Sunil Gavaskar's coach. So he very briefly also coached me in the wicket keeping part. And then once I joined the club, there was this club called Vilas Club, which was at that time the top club in Pune. And everybody aspired to play for Vilas. So if you could play, it's like Liverpool or Man City of EPL. You want to play for that club.
Correct.
So they approached me because I was doing well. And then Vijay Shetty was the captain of Vilas Club, who was the Maharashtra wicket keeper at that time. One of the best keepers I have seen. And then, of course, under his tutorship, I learnt a lot. He also was very willing to contribute what he had and teach me. And so that's how it started.
As a cricketer in general, who are some of the Indian stars that you used to look up to, like you used to idol them?
That was the era of Sunil Gavaskar. And being a batter, all of us looked up to Mr. Gavaskar. He was an icon. He still is, but at that time when he was actively playing. Then there was Gundappa Vishwanath, who was another brilliant player. And me being a keeper, Syed Kirmani. So I thought he was brilliant. So these were the three. And then of course Kapil Dev came in. Then though I was not a bowler, but just watching him, the way he played his cricket, batting, bowling.
The aura that he brought.
Yeah. And of course, now 83 World Cup happened and Indian cricket changed. Now 87 Reliance Cup happened and I think Indian cricket changed. So
Correct.
That was the thing.
You maintained a very solid average in both first class as well as list A cricket. So any particular match or innings that you still always cherish later on?
One inning I cherish is I was picked for the Wills Trophy. There used to be a Wills Trophy at that time.
Wills?
It was the list. Wills. Wills was a cigarette brand.
Okay, yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
So this limited overs cricket in India was Wills Trophy. So everybody used to play. All states used to play. Then there would be a board president's team where we had Azharuddin and Ravi Shastri and Navjot Sidhu and all of them playing. So I was picked for the first time for Maharashtra before I played Ranji Trophy for the Wills Trophy as wicket keeper. And the incumbent keeper at that time, Prasad Pradhan, was not picked and I was picked. And in the very first game against Andhra Pradesh, I got 92 not out and I was man of the match and we won the game. And that is, of course, my most cherished memory because the very first time I represented the state and helped the team win the game. And then we won the next game. We went, I think, up to the semi-finals where we lost to, I think, the board president's 11, where Narendra Hirwani was playing in that. And in red ball cricket, of course, the 100 I scored in Pune club. So a lot of memories. We had a great solid team at that time. And unfortunately, the culture was different. Because if that team had been there today, I think it would have won everything in
just like a Mumbai are winning currently.
Absolutely.
Everything.
Absolutely.
Since you've played significant amount of cricket at that time, what changes do you notice? Like you said, culture. What are the things which are different from today's era?
Two things I'll say. One, there was no money in the game. So when I played the first class game I played, we got 100 rupees a day in 86. And then it went to 1,000 and then it's increased.
It's kept on increasing.
Today, if you see, you play first class cricket, you get something like 1,50,000 or something per day.
Yeah.
So that has been a massive change. When I played, I won't say that we played for the love of them. Today also they play for the love of the game. But there's also money. And in our day also we wanted money. So there's no question about that. But the thing was that only if you played for India, you could make money. But you were very well known. So I played first class cricket and I was very well known. Though I didn't play India. But people followed the game. In Pune, we had intercollegiate games. And we would have a packed ground. People come and watch the game. Ranji Trophy, people used to come and watch the games. So that has changed today. Today, nobody watches first class cricket, unfortunately.
Why do you think so? That is the...
I think it is because of the glut of cricket that is happening. Every day there is something going on. Now you have the IPL finishes, they play the test series finishes, they play something.
Correct.
Then there is the Pakistan Series League, then there is the Bangladesh Series League, Big Bash going on. 100 going on, something. Women's cricket is there.
There are a lot of leagues as well. MPL, TNPL, local leagues are there.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I think that is one reason. Also, the second reason is that none of the top players play first class cricket. So you go to watch a game, say, for example, Delhi is playing Bombay. So you won't have any of the top Bombay players playing. Top as in, I mean the test stars. Similarly, for Delhi, you won't have Virat Kohli playing or...
We just saw him for a glimpse and
that
then...
was because the board
the
made it
BCCI
mandatory.
made the decision. Correct.
But when I played, Mumbai was Dilip Vengsarkar, Ravi Shastri, briefly Sandeep Patil, Chandrakant Pandit, Lalchand Rajput, Raju Kulkarni, Suru Nayak, all had played India and were playing India at that time. And they would come and play the matches. After that, Wasim Jafar and all. So they would all play first class cricket. And I think that is one big change. The second change is that when I played, it was on a zonal basis. So West Zone played, the teams in West Zone played amongst themselves. So we were 5 teams. Mumbai, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Saurashtra, Baroda. So we played amongst ourselves and one team qualified for the knockouts. So the local we would have, that was the Talim, we would call it the Talim Trophy.
Thank you.
Thank you. So if you won the Talim Trophy, you qualified for the knockouts. Otherwise your season was over. There was no one day cricket to start with.
Correct.
Slowly it came and then cricket the amount of cricket, volume of cricket improved. So cricket was, I played 86 to 94, almost 8 years, and I played only 19 matches. Though I missed matches because of injury, and then somewhere I would say that I didn't work hard enough, honestly. And because at one time I was in the reckoning. So Nayan Mongia and I were contemporaries. Okay. And there was a stage where both of us were in the race. But Nayan was a much better keeper, honestly. I think I was a better batter, but Nayan was an outstanding keeper. To my mind, one of the best keepers India has produced. And I didn't perform. He performed, so he went ahead. And then I joined Air India, so I was in the in-flight department. So that somehow, maybe somewhere also played a part. But the amount of cricket was limited at that time. 1, 2, money was not there. And 3, selection was a little difficult. Cricket was not covered by the media so much, like it is today.
Correct.
So selection policies were rather iffy in terms of who got selected, who didn't. I didn't suffer, personally, so it's not for me.
Correct.
But there were a lot of cricketers who were very good and who did not get selected. So that was a problem in those days. And there was no media coverage. Today, if a player is not selected, it will be all over the media, print media, social media, everywhere.
Correct.
So it's a little difficult today for selectors not to select somebody who is really worthy. But in those days, that was not the case. So these 3 major differences, I would say.
So after your playing days, you transitioned from being a cricketer to umpiring.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? Walk us through the entire process.
So once I finished playing, I played for Air India for a long time. I was captain also, and at that time Sanjay Manjrekar and Praveen Ambre, we had a very good team. Atul Vasan was in the team, Hirwani was in the team, Prashant Vaidya was in the team, all India players at that time. But after I finished playing, I wanted to stay connected to the game. I had done my level 3 from the England Cricket Board in 2001. Unfortunately, the BCCI does not recognize ECB qualification. So that was a bit of a setback at that time. And
is it now? Do they recognize now?
No, still they don't recognize.
Okay.
They recognize, I think, the Australian qualification and I think the South African, but not the England. Don't recognize as in they recognize it as an ECB qualification.
Correct.
But if you are an ECB level 3, does not mean that you are on par with BCCI level 3.
Okay. The standards are not in the same.
And at that time, I was not BCCI qualified. I had no BCCI qualification. So, though I was Mumbai coach in 2003, Mumbai under 22 coach, when Abhishek Nair was the captain of the team. And then I wanted to stay connected. I sat for the umpiring exam in Mumbai, which I cleared. I stood first in that exam. And Mr. Madhav Gotaskar, who was one of the test umpires from Bombay, he took a liking to me and he said that you can do well. So that's how I got. Then I think it was destined because the umpiring age was 40 to get into umpiring. And I was past 40 at that time. So my chance had gone. And then, so I remember talking to Professor Ratnakar Shetty, who was then, I don't know what he was, but he was in the BCCI as game development manager, and he was in charge of all this. So I remember speaking to him from the MIG club one day, saying that I've been a first class player and I want to do umpiring, but only age is a problem. So can you waive that for me? But that did not happen. And then for some reason BCCI decided that the age should be increased to 45. And I was 44 at that time.
So you have to wait 1 more year at least.
No, that was the maximum age.
Okay.
45. Age limit was 45.
It was not.
So if you're over 45, you cannot sit for the umpiring exam. So up to 45 you could, and I was just short of 45. And again, you see what happens is in life there are people who help you for no reason. I'm sure you all also experienced it.
Of course.
And all the names that I've taken so far, Anna Asabnis. There was another fellow in Pune called Ajit Bhandarkar. when I used to play tennis. So he took a liking, and for no reason, I mean, no money, no nothing, no fees, but he would coach me. So similarly, there was one person called Madhu Patwardhan in Mumbai, who was in the umpiring fraternity at that time. He was in charge of the umpiring committee. So he was very fond of me. For no reason, I mean, he didn't know me otherwise. So he called me, he said, Nandan, this exam is going to happen, BCCI, and you give it. So what, you had to sit an exam in Mumbai, qualification exam. If you pass that exam, you come in the top 3. Mumbai would recommend you for the BCCI exam. So I sat for the exam, I came in the top 3. So very funnily, Rohan Pandit, who is one of the top Indian umpires today. He is, I think, in the top 5 or something. He was my colleague at that time. So all of us gave that exam together. Rohan Pandit was there. Virendra Sharma, if you remember, he is also an umpire today, top umpire.
Correct.
So he was in that batch also. So then I sat for the BCCI exam, qualified.
How tough are these exams? Like what?
The written exam is quite tough in terms of tough in the sense it's tricky. Not tough in the sense you know everything. There are 42 laws. So they don't ask anything outside the laws. But within the laws, there is...
like they create situations and they tell you to judge the entire...
So you need to be aware of what the law actually means. In terms of runouts and no balls, and if this happens, but the batter has done this. So that can be very tricky. And plus the pressure of writing an exam. So also there are some calculations at times that a match is going on and mandatory overs are going on and now it's rained. So this much time is lost. So how many overs you reduce, what do you do? If the match doesn't start, then what do you do? All these things. So it is very interesting. So you have to be, so very interestingly, I think a lot of umpires who pass the umpiring exams are, a lot of them are CAs, accountants, or very good with figures, numbers, calculations, maths. So they are very sharp in this, so it's easier to qualify. So that's one of the reasons. That's not, of course, the only reason.
Correct.
So these exams are not tough. So there's a written component. Once you do the written component, then it is, there used to be a video exam. I don't know what is the procedure now. So they would show you a video of something happening. And then you have to say that if you are an umpire, how would you...
If it's an LBW or something
anything.
like that.
So again, that incident that is happening is complicated.
Okay.
In terms of something has happened there, which is, you have to pick the law and you have to say, what would you do in that, or they show an LBW and then you have to say whether it is out or not, why is it out or why is it not out. Then, so Mr. Venkatraghavan was in charge of the BCCI umpiring committee at that time. So that was one component. Then there was a Viva, where they would again ask you tricky questions in terms of... So I remember there was this Indian test umpire called Mr. Ramaswamy, who took my Viva. And he asked me, if a bowler is coming very close to the line for a no ball, what would you do? So I said I would caution him or tell him.
Close to the line in the sense of crease.
Yeah. So no ball is if your foot goes.
True.
If you overstep.
True. Correct.
Yeah. So there are bowlers who come very close to that. And what happens in domestic cricket is because the grounds are not very well maintained.
So the crease can...
So the line is rubbed off. So I remember one game in Dhanbad. There's this ground in Dhanbad. Dhanbad is all full of mines. There is this minery there and there was this Tata ground or something, I think. So the first over of the day, it was a 4-day under 23 game. First over of the day, the line was gone. And there would be because of the bowler's footmark, there would be a sort of a ditch.
Patch, yeah.
And the bowler, you don't know whether he's bowling from inside or outside because there's no line. So every ball I would go and either with my toe or with a bail make a line. And this bowler would come very close. So it's quite challenging. Now, if you see international cricket, umpires don't have to watch the no ball. He's the third umpire.
Third umpire, correct, correct.
Now I only look here as the bowler runs in.
Correct.
Otherwise, I have to look there. Suppose now this is the line.
Correct.
Right?
They have to
so
look
I have
here.
to look there. As soon as he lands, I have to look up.
Yeah.
And if I'm looking now, this line is there. If a bowler is bowling, it's very easy. I know he's either in or he's out or he's on the line. But if there's no line, it's just
it becomes very tricky and challenging for that time.
And there would be there is a match referee who acts as the third umpire, who's watching everything. So when as an umpire you are rated. Yeah, how you go up is rating wise. How you do with LBWs and no balls and match management and all that. So if you miss no balls, it goes against you. So that is in your mind that I don't want to miss no balls. So then that becomes a little, it puts pressure on you. Also for a time there were umpire educators. So ex-umpires would be appointed by the BCCI as umpire coach. So apart from the referee, the umpire coach would sit only to look at the two umpires. What they are doing well, what they are not doing well, what are their mistakes and all that. So there would be a debrief after the game, where he would sit and he had his log and he would say, this is where you went wrong, this is this
like
you
a
missed.
Performance analysis and
so that was another thing that put pressure on you as an umpire.
Correct.
But it was challenging. So domestic umpiring is challenging, but it's good fun also.
Coming back to that question where you said the bowler is coming too close to the line. Ideally, it does not matter to you anything. It does not matter to the umpire, right?
It matters to me because I have to keep concentrating on that. If a bowler is bowling well inside the line, it makes my job very easy as an umpire because I can quickly look up. You understand?
Okay.
So I know he's not bowling a no ball. So I'm not really bothered. As soon as he touches, I look up.
But there can be one ball where he must have just crossed it. He's
but
bowling.
If there is a bowler who's now Ishan Sharma, I'll give you an example. Ishan Sharma, every single ball, he would come very close to the line. Every single ball. And he was quick. So the thing is, you look down and you look up. There is hardly any time.
Fraction
in
of a
which
second.
You have to judge whether the ball is pitched within the stumps. If it hits the pad, whether it is going to be over the stumps, whether it is going to miss leg stump, whether he has aged it, all these things. So it is tough. I mean, all these umpires who umpire today, now it has become even tougher in terms of the technology that has come in and everything is scrutinized. But even in domestic cricket also, even when I was umpiring, every single game is recorded by the BCCI. Every single game. So you imagine under 16, 19, 23 Ranji Trophy. 4 teams men, 4 teams women. Into 36 or 38 states are there today. So imagine the volume of match and every single game is recorded. So there is evidence of what Nandan Phadnis has done as an umpire. There's no place to hide.
Correct.
Whereas earlier, the umpires who came as umpire coaches, when they umpired, there was no recording. There was no television. So when they said out, it's out. When they said not out, it's not out. There's no evidence after that. So a lot of, even when I was playing, of course, I must have got a lot of wrong decisions going in my favor also. But I got a lot of wrong decisions also, even in first class games.
Correct.
Where it was bat pad and I was given out LBW or one game, I'll tell you, we were playing Tamil Nadu, quarterfinal, Maharashtra Tamil Nadu at Chepauk in Madras. And I was keeping wickets. Srikanth was playing at that time for the Tamil Nadu team. They batted first, they scored 500 and something, Tamil Nadu. Very strong side. Bharat Arun, India bowling coach, was in that. So I used to open with Surendra Bhave. And almost 2 days I kept wickets, over 500 runs, went out to bat. Very first ball I faced from Arun, I missed. I mean, I was beaten. And I can honestly say I missed. I mean, I'm not trying to fabricate here. But there was this test umpire called Ram Babu Gupta who gave me out. Very first ball. Imagine 2 days I kept wickets.
Correct.
The first ball I faced, I
the
was
frustration
And there's no recourse. I mean, you can't, there's no DRS.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Correct.
You can't go in and show. Now there is recording. So even in domestic games, for example, there's no DRS. But you can come in and see on the video immediately. You can say, see, I played the ball, or there's this much gap. It's not out. But in those days, it was not so. So again, coming back. So if I can tell that bowler, bhai, thoda piche aa jana yaar.
So that is allowed. You do tell the bowlers.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So the bowler say, okay. So even Ishan Sharma, I remember in a Vijay Hazare game, I told him that you come, otherwise what they would tell us is, the umpires who used to train us, they say if a bowler is doing this, you try telling him that boss thoda piche aaja. If he comes, it's okay. If he doesn't, you give a no ball. Even if it's not a no ball, it's close, you give a no ball.
Okay.
And that won't be held against you. That's what they would tell us. So
that is interesting, because to warn the bowlers to not come too close to
because he's coming. And see, the thing is, a lot of bowlers are under this impression that if I bowl from close to the crease, I'll add pace to my bowling, which is rubbish.
Those,
so you see Mark Wood, who bowls at 150. He bowls from inside the crease, completely inside the crease, this much inside the crease. So there's no question. You see Umesh Yadav, who now is out of the reckoning, but when he was at his best, he was bowling 140 plus. He is also completely inside the crease. So this is a misconception that if you get closer to the line, you're adding pace to your bowling. So you make your job easier in that sense.
Correct. Now a very interesting question to ask you.
Yeah.
Mankad. If a bowler does it, and if you are there, for example, even if you do not believe in Mankad, even if you are against this particular thing, but there is there in the law. What has it happened to you during the tenure of your umpiring, or how do you react to such situations?
It is in the laws. Mankading is legal. So as an umpire, I have to give out. Period. I cannot use my
personal opinion,
moral interpretation or anything like that. Personally, if you ask me, I would not want my bowler to do it. I'll give you two examples. So I was doing an under-19 game in Delhi. Okay, Chhattisgarh versus Delhi. And Tushar Arothe, who was Indian women's coach at one time, he was the Chhattisgarh coach. And Chhattisgarh were bowling, and the game was going on, nothing great. So one of their bowlers did this. It was not a close game, or it's not like Chhattisgarh was
it just happened suddenly in the middle.
Yeah.
Correct.
So this bowler mankaded. And batsman was out. He was out of the crease. He whipped the bails. Captain was at mid-off. He appealed. So what I didn't give out. So I called the captain. I said, this is technically it is out. Do you want to uphold your appeal? So he says yes. So I gave him out. But Tushar, in the meantime, he saw what was happening. He came running onto the ground. And he says, no, because it was an under-19 game, so coach has a lot of say in that. So he came in and said, Nandan, and we knew we had played against each other. He used to play for Baroda, and we were good friends. He said, no, we are taking the appeal back. Sorry about that. And so it was a great gesture on his part. So again, that boy, under-19 boys, they are not mature enough in the heat of, they think it is all, and it is legal. So again, nothing against the boy, because it is in the law, so you do it. Second example is when I was coach. I was coach of Tripura under-19 team for 2 years. So we were playing in Tripura, in Agartala, against Chhattisgarh. Interestingly, against Chhattisgarh only. And we were losing the game. In that, one of their pairs got almost a 200 run. We were not losing, but we were behind in the game. And our main bowler did this. And then I went and I told them that no, we are not appealing for this. We take back the appeal. And that's how it went. So personally, I don't think it should be done.
No, but see, if the batter is going out of the crease, even that is not right. Correct. That is not within the so-called spirit of the game. In those occasions, do you, as an umpire, tell the batters to sort of stay in the crease or something?
I would tell the batter if he is blatantly going out. Also, the bowler, he doesn't have to, but as a practice, generally the bowler tells the batter or tells the umpire कि sir
like a warning
देखो अभी उसको बोलो नहीं तो.
Correct.
In spite of that, if the batter does it, then he is asking for trouble. So what happened with Ashwin, if you remember in the IPL with Butler.
Correct.
Many years ago, Kapil Dev did this.
Correct.
To Peter Kirsten,
Gary
Kirsten's brother. And there was a big thing. Peter Kirsten was livid and he was abusing.
Yeah, true.
And Kapil Dev, if you see that video, he's doing this. Like he's saying, 3 baar bola, sunta nahi hai. So it is within the laws. There's no, it's not unfair, it is not unethical. But somehow to me, it doesn't seem right. I think that's not the way to get a batter out. So, but it is in the law, so you can't argue.
What are some of the most bizarre decisions which you had to take as an umpire? Something like, just like Mankad, something which happened and it sort of, even you had to scratch your own head because something like that had happened. So what was that thing which happened?
One decision which I gave, so in this game, Jharkhand were playing Gujarat in Ranchi. And there was this bowler called Shahbaz Nadeem who played for India also. He played 2 tests, I think. Left-arm spinner. He was playing for Jharkhand. And Gujarat were bowling. Harshal Patel was in the Gujarat team at that time. So he bowled to the batter. And the batter played back to him. And Harshal or some other bowler, I don't remember. He tried to hit the batter's stumps. The batter was slightly out, but he got in. And as the batter turned around, it hit the batter in the back and went down for 4. And so technically it's a boundary. But because the batter got hit and this, I did not give the runs.
Correct.
I said dead ball. And nobody said anything. But that was a wrong decision from my part because it was 4 runs. Not that it really mattered in the end, but so that was one thing. Nothing really bizarre comes to mind.
This reminds me of this incident which you said, reminds me of the one which happened in 2019 World Cup. I think it was it Trent Bolt who who tried to throw it to the keeper's end in the finals, and it hit Ben Stokes' bat and then it went off to the boundary.
That was Guptill, I think, who threw the ball.
Correct. Yeah.
And that was really bizarre.
Yeah.
I mean, this was in the World Cup final and
such a crucial
massive.
phase. Yeah.
Massive.
As an umpire, what would you have done in that situation?
Again, it's nothing that you can do, no, because Ben Stokes has not deliberately done it. It's happened. And the ball ricocheted and went for 4. So, very interestingly, what I believe, and also Mr. Gavaskar has said this many times, that if I throw the ball, trying to run the batter out, it hits the stumps and it ricochets and goes to the boundary.
That is also
the team gets overthrows.
Correct.
Right? 4 overthrows plus whatever runs they have scored.
Correct.
So in a way, I am penalized for executing my skill. You understand? Because as coaches, when we are doing a fielding session, most of the time we are saying pick up and try to hit the stumps direct. There's one stump or there's a small stump which comes now where you're trying to increase the challenge. And you say direct hit maar ke dikha. And when that boy does it in the game and it hits the stumps and goes for runs, so actually you're penalizing a skill that a player is executing or displaying. So Mr. Gavaskar has also said this on air many times that this should be taken out of the game. I mean, it should be a dead ball. If the batter is out, batter is out. If he is not out, he stays in.
Correct.
But that remains. So that is another thing.
Coming back to the bizarre decisions, do you recall anything else, any other more stories or something which...
Not readily. If it comes to mind, I think I'll come back to this and answer this.
Sure. Now we'll come to the technological part of the umpiring aspect. after 2009, I guess the DRS started. DRS was introduced, and it brought more pressure to the umpires because your mistakes are being shown on the giant screen. How does it play a role in the modern era when it comes to umpiring?
I think it's a double-edged sword because it makes umpiring easy in the sense you can refer a lot. Whether it's a bump catch or whether it's a stumping or hit wicket or run out so everything is referred now. You see if the batter is well out of his crease, but umpires don't take a risk. Because I'll tell you a bizarre, now you asked me a bizarre incident, it comes to mind. So I was umpiring a Vijay Hazare game in Ahmedabad. It was Baroda versus Saurashtra, I think. Yeah. So Jadeja was playing for Saurashtra. Yusuf Pathan was playing for Baroda. So I was the square leg umpire. Okay. So Yusuf Pathan was run out. He was in the middle of the pitch. Okay. So there was no question of him being in or out. He was in the middle of the pitch. The fielder threw the ball to the keeper and the keeper whiffed off the bails. I actually didn't have to give out also in the sense that he just walked away.
Correct.
That happens because, for example, if a batter hits in the air and he is caught, so they don't appeal.
Of course.
The batter just goes away. So I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
Though technically I am supposed to, because until the umpire gives out, the batter is not out.
Acha. By the rules of the...
Yeah, and until an appeal is made, so just I'm giving you a hypothetical situation. Okay. So batter is bowled. Nobody appeals. The batter is out but not dismissed. You understand?
Okay.
Suppose I put the bails back. They still don't appeal. The game can continue. Because the umpire is not bound to give out. Umpire can give out only on appeal. So the umpire cannot take the initiative. Yeah, so of course it doesn't happen because nobody will not appeal. They appeal for everything.
Yeah, correct.
So, but hypothetically I'm saying.
Acha.
So here they just celebrated and Yusuf went in. Match got over. I think Baroda won the game. And everybody shakes hands and they came out. And as we were going in, Yusuf put his arm around me. And he said, "Sir, मैं out नहीं था." I said, "क्या बात कर रहे थे? तो बीच में था." बोला, "नहीं सर, कीपर ने बॉल ड्रॉप किया था और उसने." So what happened is I was here as square leg umpire and the throw came in from your side. So the keeper was here, stumps were here.
Correct.
And he whipped off the
you
ball.
had no
So I could not actually ascertain. And at that time there was no referral in that sense.
True.
So the keeper, but what he had, then I went back and again there was this umpire coach. He was Mr. Handa from Pune, who had done a lot of games when I was playing. So we had a good rapport. So I said Handa, I used to call him Handa Sahab. I said, "Handa Sahab, video dekha na?" So bola, "हाँ वो देखा." तो he had, as the ball came in, he dropped the ball and whipped the bail. So the ball is not in his hands when he's...
Correct. It was not nowhere in the contact of his...
the ball had just dropped out.
Correct.
So that decision also went against me. But you watch it 100 times, you'll say, this is out. I mean, even in slow motion, unless it is from that side and zoomed in.
Better angle and correct.
That is how it is.
So what was Yusuf Pathan's reaction?
No, he was okay. He was quite
He took it in the right
See, these things happen. So there's no bitterness from the player as such. Maybe up to a point or in the heat of the moment, he would say, but once the game ends and everybody shakes hands, these exchanges happen. You say, "Arey sir, kya out diya sir?" Bola, "Jane de." So, because umpires make mistakes both ways. There's a batter who knows he's clearly out caught behind, but he doesn't walk. So he doesn't come and tell the umpire then कि sir आपने गलती की है. But if it goes the other way, he'll come and say, "अरे sir, ऐसा क्यों out दिया sir? Career का सवाल है," or whatever. But it happens. I mean, you can't. It's not personal. You're not doing it deliberately.
Correct.
As long as it's an honest mistake or it's not a blunder, I think it's part of the game. So coming back to technology, you asking about that. So
technology, correct.
It puts pressure on the umpire because now everything is up there, especially in the higher levels of the game. Everything is shown on the screen. And now they show the umpire's conversation also, the third umpire. If you see, I mean, its audio is also available to the public.
Correct.
Because they want that transparency.
Yeah.
So he says, it looks like ye dekh raha hu main, this is what I see or whatever.
The third umpire ka we get to know, but not the umpires there in the on the ground.
But the third umpire's job becomes even more critical. Because the umpire on field can get away with saying that it's an on-field error. The third umpire
has to be spot on.
Nowhere to hide in terms of he can take as much time as he wants. He can take every angle possible that is available from the producer.
Correct.
He can slow it down, he can freeze it, he can go back and forth. And if he then makes a mistake in the interpretation of the law, then that goes against him. And that has happened with a few umpires who, because of their third umpire duties, they have suffered. Because the interpretation has not been right. So if you remember now, the WPL which happened recently, there were two cases where RCB won one game where Arundhati Reddy was one of the players who dived, and she dived, her bat I think was in the air. So if a bat is in the air before it touches, then it's out. But so I was watching the game, and of course not to say that I am right or wrong, but I thought that was out. But the third umpire, I don't remember the name of one of the lady umpires who are now coming up and doing very well in women's cricket, which is a great thing.
True.
Women umpires coming in. Her interpretation was it's not out, and RCB won the game. And I think it was against Mumbai. And Harmanpreet and all was disbelief on their faces. Arey, ye kaise ho gaya? Dikh raha hai, out hai, dikh raha hai. That was their interpretation. So that's the interpretation. And it can go both ways. It makes umpire's life easier also, but there's a lot of scrutiny also.
So, but these mistakes still happen. Even you throw in technology, you throw in all the amazing things which we get to see. Mistakes still happen, and not just technical mistakes, both the umpire mistakes can also happen because they are just humans, and the technological mistakes also can happen, like we saw during the 2011 when India went to England, and there was so much of criticism that Indian cricketers were criticized that they were applying Vaseline on the bats so that they cannot get the edge detection in the sneakometer and all. It's a bizarre thing to sort of see such things happen, right? As an umpire, what is your take on?
See, sportsmen will always try to find a loophole or beat the system. So this Vaseline I think in the 80s, John Lever, if you remember, when the England came to India, John Lever, Bedi accused him of using Vaseline
on the
ball, yeah. And then even in domestic cricket and international cricket, there are so many cases. You have seen Atherton being pulled up for putting something on the ball. Correct, yes. There was one incident where Sachin Tendulkar was pulled up for putting something on
Shahid
the ball.
Afridi biting the...
Then what happened to Steve Smith and David Warner? Sandpaper.
Correct.
So they will try and beat the system. Now saliva was banned. Now it is allowed again. But that was banned. So I remember when I was Mumbai under-22 coach. Our people would use a lot of mint. So at that time, polo was popular. Mint.
Correct.
So they would have a lot of polo, or I think later menthos also, but polo in the main. Because if you eat polo and that saliva does something to the ball. So all these things very subtle, and a lot of times we as umpires know that this is happening. But you can't say anything, because if you are eating polo and doing it, how can I say you don't eat polo?
It's like accusing someone of murder.
If you know that he is applying something like happened with Atherton, he had some dust in his pocket and he was using it on the ball.
Correct.
Or with the Pakistani bowlers who would use their nails or bottle caps on the ball, and they would do that. So some of these things happen, and to get the ball to swing, whatever works, people will do that. So unless you're caught, you're okay. But up to a point, I think it's part of the game also, because it goes both ways again.
Correct. Interesting, because I had no idea such things also, like the nails, the use of nails, and
A lot of things are there. They carry something, or
yeah,
sometimes with the spikes, accidentally they step on the
it
ball.
to remove it, to make the ball thoda.
So whatever can be used, you. Sometimes, so it is very interesting that there are times when you want to maintain the shine on the ball, but there are times when you want to remove the shine on the ball. So when the Indian spin quartet was on top, Bedi, Prasanna, Chandra, Venkatraghavan. India had no pace bowlers at that time. So Sunil Gavaskar would bowl a couple of overs, or there was Abid Ali, or then Karsan Ghavri came in for a while. Before Kapil Dev came in, this is I'm talking about. So at that time what they would do is Gavaskar ball goes to the keeper, they would roll the ball back to the bowler. So that's the ball, because the spinners were there, they wanted to ball to get old as quickly as possible.
Correct.
So that was at that time. Now you are not allowed to roll the ball. You can't even bounce the ball within the circle. You have to give it directly to the bowler.
Actually, that's a rule.
That's a rule. So if you're even if you're fielding in the circle so even if you throw for a run out, you can't bounce the ball and throw. You have to throw directly. If you're throwing, sometimes in a run
one or two bounces, I'm pretty sure that's okay, right?
No, not within the circle.
Okay.
So if you're throwing back to the bowler or to the keeper, you have to throw direct. If you're throwing from outside, then maybe one bounce, of course, but
the intention should be to throw it on the.
So even from the boundary, if you throw and you take 3-4 bounces, the umpire will pull up the field, because then that shows that you're trying to get the shine of the ball. And this is useful in one-day cricket, T20 especially, because the older the ball is, the harder it is for the batter to hit. The newer the ball is, the farther it goes.
Correct.
So they want to rough up the ball as much as they can. So all these things happen. There's a rule where you cannot fake in the field.
I think I remember some incident which happened. I guess Quinton de Kock, he tried to sort of pretend that the ball is coming to his end, but the ball was he was pretending the ball was coming on his end, the other end, but then he sort of. But why is it, like, do you think it is a wrong, like?
Yeah, because see, I'm chasing the ball. Okay, I don't have the ball with me, but I just do this and do this. So
to confuse the
batter doesn't know.
Correct.
So he might stop, but I don't have the ball. So
that's a good mind game which one can play during the.
But a rule has come in now.
Correct.
So it would happen earlier where we would feign that the ball is there and we are trying to throw, and the batter would stay in his crease.
Correct.
If you know, in Mumbai we have Kangali.
Sure.
In the monsoons, and the grass is pretty tall. You go to these maidans, sometimes there is knee-high grass where the matches are happening. So there is something called lost ball.
Lost ball, okay.
Yeah. So I hit a ball, it goes in the grassy
area.
Now I don't think they have so much grass now, because the equipment is better and
correct.
All that. And I think also the matches are played a little later, but in the earlier days the grass was really thick and the ball would get lost. And if I don't say lost, if I say lost ball, it is 6 runs. The moment I say lost ball, the ball is dead, and it is 6 runs to the batting
team.
So if I am trying to find the ball and the batters are running, they can run as much as they want.
Correct.
And then I say 6 lost ball, then it will be whatever they have run plus the 6 runs.
Correct.
So that used to happen then. So the moment something happened, you say lost ball. Now it doesn't happen so much, but something like this, where you're trying to mislead the batsman or fool the batsman in this way. Laws keep changing. Just today, it's come in the papers.
2 balls should, after 34 overs, there should only be 1 ball.
That has gone. Concussion. Even concussion now, they misuse it so much. There have been cases where there's been no concussion. The fielder has faked it, the player has faked it because they want to replace the player. So when I was with the NPL team Lumini Lions, in our pre-match, the day before the competition, they have a captains and managers meeting where they discuss all the playing conditions.
Correct.
So in this was that if there is a concussion, the player cannot play for 5 days after the concussion. So in case I am trying to misuse that, that I want Jay out. So I say, Jay, you have a concussion, you come out. I send in another player, win the game. Next game, Jay tomorrow is ready to play.
That cannot happen.
They said 5 days you cannot play. So he'll
correct.
lose 2 or 3 games. So unless you are really concussed, you would not do it. So
correct.
that has come in. So that again, now they have said that you have to have 16 players where you'll have a keeper, batter, spin bowler, pace. So also what they did was, suppose you are a spin bowler. You come out and I send in an all-rounder in your place. It was not a direct replacement.
Correct.
Like it has to be, the law very clearly says, it has to be a like for like. So if you are a batter, it has to be a batter.
Correct.
If you are a bowler, it has to be a bowler.
Correct.
But a lot of coaches try to, so internationally also there have been, India has been accused of that recently in the, I think in the T20 World Cup or Champions Trophy or something, where they got one player in who was not like for like. I think they got Harshit Rana in for somebody and who was more of a batter. And Harshit Rana got 2 wickets. And that was against the series against England. Which
before the Champions Trophy. Okay.
India thrashed them.
Correct.
So in one of the games where England was on top. But they had a concussion. I don't remember the name of the player who was substituted, but Harshit Rana came in, got 2 wickets and India won, and then England were cribbing that. It was not a like for like.
Correct.
But then the match referee had cleared it, so you can't say anything. Another incident which I remember, interesting incident, is we were doing a under-23 game in Kanpur, Green Park, Kanpur Stadium. Gujarat versus UP. And Gujarat had a left-arm seamer who was good. And the first morning of the game, at lunch or something, I think, he got news that his father died. Somebody in the family, I think his father died. So he had to go. So Gujarat were left with 10 players. So their coach came to us, and their coach was again a good friend of mine, Tejas Varsani, who we played together. So he came and captain came and manager came and said, sir, we asked for a replacement. So the UP captain didn't allow it. So it's not in the umpire's hands.
Okay, it's on the...
So the opposing captain has to say that, okay, you can have a substitute. So he didn't allow. So they played with 10. So these things happen. I mean...
Correct. There are still many loopholes which cricketing world have to figure it out.
So it depends on what you're playing for. It depends on your philosophy of playing and your motivation, your ethics. So
correct.
Many years ago, if you remember, Gundappa Vishwanath captained India in one test. England was there, and Bob Taylor was England wicket keeper, was given out caught behind. He was not out. Vishwanath was India captain. He would stand in the slips. So Bob Taylor started walking. Vishwanath called him back. He says, no, we take the appeal, which is unheard of, unthinkable. In today's era, it will never happen.
Correct.
But he called him back, and India lost the game.
Correct.
So, depends on how you look at the game.
One final question before we head to the next segment. Few words for the greatest umpires of this world, Steve Buckner and Mark Benson.
Steve Buckner and?
The famous umpires who, I think it was Mark Benson, who gave bizarre decisions against India for the...
See, when Buckner started, he was a very good umpire. He gave a lot of good decisions. Yeah. So in his initial days, so it's very difficult to judge an umpire. In the later stage, especially towards the end of his career, especially in the India series, he gave a lot of poor decisions. I don't know why. But it affected India, and I think it affected his image also as an umpire, because he was held in very high esteem. So Buckner and Simon Toffel, who Toffel I think is one of the best umpires in the world.
Correct.
So that pair was pretty highly regarded in world cricket.
Correct.
But maybe his eyesight was faltering, maybe he was getting old, so his judgment was faltering. Difficult to say. But there are umpires who have made certain blunders, but I think it's part of the game. And you can't hold it against the umpire unless it is a pattern that is coming
Which
out.
we saw in the 2008 7-8
that
series.
series was a little extreme. But otherwise, I don't think umpires... There have been cases, of course, there's one Pakistani umpire who has been dismissed for illegal activities.
Correct.
That happens. That happens in every field. So why should umpiring be different?
And there are also times when cricketers, they just abuse the umpires because of the wrong decisions. What, as an umpire, like, I'm pretty sure umpires don't sort of like anything when that happens. But do they have a say in that? Okay, this is not the right thing. So do they sort of go to the ICC or whatever the committee and they just say, okay, this is not right and he should be fined or something like that? Has that happened with you specifically?
It has happened. There is a code of conduct.
Correct.
So the BCCI has a code of conduct which very clearly specifies there is a level 1 offence, there is a level 2 offence. Player can be suspended from playing and all those things. They can be fined. So we had an incident with Praveen Kumar, who was notorious for run-ins with umpires. So we had a hearing where we called him in. We had a hearing with Ishant Sharma also, where he abused, not the umpire, he abused a player on the field.
Okay.
So we had a hearing with him saying that this is not done. And so it depends on the severity of the incident, and it depends on how apologetic the player is also. Because if you come in and say, fuck off, I don't care.
Yeah.
So then it's not right.
Correct.
If he comes in and says, I'm sorry, sir, it happened in the heat of the moment, then you might give him a warning, or you might say, okay, but we have to give you a minimum
fine or something like that. Yeah.
Now, in today's cricket, there are demerit points.
Correct.
You do this abuse of equipment. Also, I think up to a point, you have to allow it. Because if I am out, see, it's a very high intensity game now.
And
today it's not a mere sport. In the earlier days, you see, it was sport. Like, you see West Indies playing, India playing, Australia playing. You got a wicket, they would just come, clap a little, pat you on the shoulder and go. Today, if you see a wicket taking, it's like everything comes out.
They won the World Cup.
Everything comes out.
Correct.
Yeah, so there is emotion and anger and there is everything which comes out. Bowlers abuse, there are send-offs and somebody's writing this, signaling this, somebody's
notebook celebration,
showing this. So many things come up.
Correct.
So
that also makes the game interesting.
Yeah, so in a way, it is up to a point it is okay because it adds to the flavor of the game. But I've been given out or I am out and I'm unhappy with myself. So I come out and I hit my bat on the boundary perimeter.
Correct.
Is not allowed. So I say something in disgust that is not allowed. So I think some leeway needs to be given.
Correct.
Because after all, it's an emotional sport and players are playing.
And after all, they are just humans.
Correct.
Trying to win
and
the game.
They're playing very hard. They're going hard at each other. So it's very difficult to be absolutely like Bjorn Borg or someone where there's no emotion shown and you're absolutely tranquil. That won't happen.
Correct.
So a little leeway needs to be given.
Now we'll come to the coaching aspect. How did that come about? How did you, I think you said about a lot of, you said you were coaching Lumbini Lions and you were also had interest in coaching while you were umpiring.
Yeah.
Walk us through that process. When did that first thought come to you in your head about
coaching had been there all along. So even when I was playing, especially with Air India. So I was captain of the Air India team for a long time. And even otherwise, I was one of the senior players. So I would mentor a lot of players, interact with a lot of players. And I think I have that, I won't say skill, but love for teaching. So helping somebody in that sense. So I wanted to do that. After my playing, again, as I said, I wanted to have coaching qualifications and get into coaching. So Lalchand Rajput had done the ECB courses at that time. And my wife somewhere found out that he has done this. And at that time, there was no NCA. National Cricket Academy was not there. So there was no Indian qualification at that time. So I applied to the ECB, and they got me in. I got level 1, level 2, level 3. I passed. So I was very happy and I wanted to coach. Then Lalchand Rajput was secretary of Mumbai Cricket Association, where he asked me to do the under-22 coaching job. I was working with the MIG Academy for 5 years as its head, which I think was one of the best periods of my life. So interacting with kids and trying to get them to where they want to get. So that happened. Then Mumbai under-22 happened for 1 year, where again it was great fun. And then there was a period where nothing was happening until 2008. There was no coaching. So I was umpiring and my job as with Air India and playing for Air India for a few years. And then 2008, there's one person called Dr. Kinjal Suratwala, who is from Mumbai. He was head of coach education at NCA. NCA, I think, came into existence 2004. And then they started having coaching courses. But I was nowhere in the picture because I was neither playing at that time or I had done nothing in coaching. But when I was coach of the Mumbai team, Kinjal Suratwala was our physio cum strength and conditioning coach. So then we had a very limited staff. Now today you see there's a specialist for everything.
Correct.
But that Doc, we call him Doc. Kinjal Suratwala is known in Indian cricketing circles as Doc. So he was the physio. He's a qualified MBBS doctor. And he was strength and conditioning coach also. Trainer we would call in those days. So we interacted very closely, and then probably he saw me coaching and he liked what he saw. So when he came to the NCA as head of coach education, he reached out to me and he said that you come and do the level 2. Since you have done ECB level 3, you need not do the level 1 here. You come and do the level 2. So I went for the level 2. I passed the level 2 and that's how it. Then I did a couple of NCA camps and then the ball got rolling in the sense. Then I was still umpiring, but then slowly 2016 I got a chance to work with Tripura. In between, Doc was in charge of Andhra cricket. So after he finished with NCA, he took over Andhra cricket. He was the game development in charge there, general manager game development or something like that. So then he would call me for courses with camps with Andhra cricket. I did camps with Goa cricket. They called me for a couple of camps. So these things were happening. 2016, I got an opportunity to be coach of Tripura. It was a great time. I had 2016, 2 years, 16, 17, 17, 18, 2 seasons. Then 2018, I got a chance to head the Mumbai Indoor Cricket Academy. I was the chief coordinator and batting coach. Again, that was a great experience. I wish they had continued, but that's how the cookie crumbles. But 2018-19 that happened, and then COVID happened after that. So 2 years as it is went.
Correct.
And then I got a chance. There was an advertisement from NCA for coach educators, faculty, NCA faculty, where we teach coaches to become coaches, the courses. So I applied for that and I got. So I'm on the NCA faculty now as coach educator. This happened in 2022. And very interestingly, the same year, I got a chance to work on a film project. So there is a film which has been made on Jhulan Goswami's life.
What is her name?
Chakda Xpress.
Chakda Xpress, correct. Yeah.
Anushka Sharma has played the role of Jhulan.
But I think that film never came out.
I think it is not going to come out. They have some problem with, I think with Netflix, and I don't know if it is going to come out or not.
So the film is shot, everything is done.
Everything is ready. The film is complete. But
amazing. So what role?
I trained Anushka Sharma for the film.
Amazing.
Yeah.
How was that experience?
So it was superb. So it came to me through Bharat Arun. Bharat Arun reached out to me and said that this project is there. Would you work on it? I said, what do I have to do? So he said, you have to train Anushka to bowl like Jhulan.
Goswami,
Bowl like
correct.
as in to look like Jhulan. Obviously, she can't bowl. So I thought this is something really challenging. So then I took it up. This was February 22.
Of 2022.
2022.
Okay.
So February, March, April, May. 4 months. We trained three days a week at Juhu Vile Parle Gymkhana. So because she was there, everything would be cordoned off. And she was amazing. She really, really worked hard. And so what we did was we studied Jhulan's action and then we tried to model. And if you look at Jhulan Goswami, she's tall, she's dark, and she's strong.
Correct.
And Anushka is fair. She's tall, of course. Not as tall as Jhulan, but tall for a
Tall
woman.
enough. Correct.
She's fair.
Correct.
She is not athletic.
Correct.
In terms of she's not played any sport.
Correct.
She's definitely not bold. So it was a great challenge and we had great fun. So we shot in England, we shot in Calcutta, we shot in Bombay, and I would be on the sets and all because my role was to see that she bowls
Just like
the way
Jhulan.
she is expected to bowl. She has to look her run up and how she jumps and how she releases and what she's doing with the ball and even with the bat. So batting wise, we studied Jhulan's technique or how she looks as a batter, what stroke she plays.
She was a handy lower order.
She was a good batter. Down the order, she would hit the ball.
She would just hit the ball. Correct.
So that happened in 22. So that was a great experience. Then 23. So I did my level 2 in 2008. And since then, there was no level 3. There was one conducted in 2009, I think, but I couldn't do it because I had just completed the level 2. And then there was no level 3 that happened. Then 2022, there was one level 3. But I could not get on it. But 23, NCA offered me the level 3 course. So 23, I sat on the course and I completed the course. So I am now a BCCI level 3 coach. And during that, Monty Desai also was on the course. So he was also level 2 at that time. And so 2 weeks. And the interesting thing with Monty is that now he's a very experienced coach. He's been consultant coach with Afghanistan, West Indies, Nepal, head coach, but before that he was batting coach. He's been with Rajasthan Royals for a number of years. So he's a very experienced coach, a very, very good coach. And he lives in Kandivali, I live in Goregaon, about 20 minutes away from each other or less than that.
Correct.
He's been in the coaching circuit for 20 years. I've been in there for longer. But we hadn't even seen each other even once. It was... So the first time we met was on this level 3 course. And we interacted whatever we interacted, and I don't know what he thought of me or saw in me or whatever. He was head coach of Nepal at that time and he had done a terrific job with Nepal. Because when he went to Nepal had to win 11 of the 13 games remaining to keep their ODI status. And they had to win 10 out of 13, I think, and they won 11 out of 13. Amazing.
Correct.
So Monty was like God in Nepal. And this actually, when I went to Nepal and I was getting in the bus and there were these Nepali fans, Monty, aap Nepal ke God, Nepal cricket ke God ho. Yes, and you would see Monty on hoardings. So he reached out to me in September of 2023. He says that we are trying to qualify for the World Cup and would you come and work with me? This was a 1 month thing. I said with pleasure. So then I went, we qualified for the World Cup and then a journey with Nepal happened until 2024 November was the last assignment. Unfortunately, they did not continue with Monty because the later World Cup we did very well, but we didn't win a game. So you see, cricket or followers of the game or fans of the game, their understanding is a little different.
They judge you by
and also the board. because
Correct,
people want results.
Correct. They judge you by that.
So you might have done very well, but if there are results are not there to be seen, then it goes against you. So the board did not continue with Monty. And then since Monty was out, because I was there technically because he wanted me. So then my assignment also was over. End of that, I got a chance to work with Lumbini Lions as head coach. So unfortunately, again, results didn't go our way. We won only one game, but 4 games out of that we lost in the last or second last ball. So very, very close games. But again, that was a great experience for me. Rohit Paudel, who was the Nepal captain, was captain of the Lumbini Lions. Great guy, terrific guy. Excellent player, but a superb human being. So it was a great experience for me, great time, that 1 month that I was there with Lumbini Lions. I don't know whether they'll call me back this year, but
yeah,
that was great. So
tell me more about Nepal ka cricket. What is it that, like, I'm pretty sure it's growing, and it's they are also getting quality cricketers, and the structure also pretty much improving year by year. Tell us something about what is making Nepal cricket grow.
The biggest aspect of Nepal cricket, if you ask me, is the humility of the players. So when I joined the team, nobody knew me. I didn't know anybody. There were no stars. I had not followed Nepal cricket at all. So I didn't know any of the players. But as I got to know them, they were so they are stars in their country. I mean, they are huge. If you go to Nepal and you see these players, they are mobbed, and people want photographs and autographs and whatever.
Correct.
But they are so down to earth. They are so simple, and they are so hardworking and talented. There's a lot of talent. But the thing with them is that they have had no role models, and they have had no coaching, formal coaching. And there are no coaches in Nepal in that sense. I mean, there are coaches, of course, ex-players have become coaches and whatever. So some are qualified coaches, ICC coaches or whatever. But there's no coaching structure in Nepal. So apart from the main team, if you go to the other team, the system that India has. Why is India doing so well today? Because the system that BCCI has put in place is amazing. You see, from the under 12 or under 13 age group, under 14, there's a tournament, zonal tournament for under 14. And then onwards, there is terrific coaching happening. There is camps happening. There is analysis and everything. So it is the transition, or there's a very clear pathway from the grassroots to the elite level. Whereas in Nepal, the problem we had was we had about 20 players from whom we could select. Outside of that 20, it was very difficult to find quality players because they have the talent, but they haven't had. So even the players in the Nepal team. So there's this amazing player called Kushal Bhurtel, opening batter. And he's outstanding player. Something like Sehwag. I mean, he can play everything. He can play the scoop, he can play the inside out, down the ground, reverse sweep, everything. Super player. Leg spin bowler and one of the best fielders I have seen. Outstanding. So he would tell me that, sir, हम लोग तो YouTube देख के सीखे. YouTube पे किसी को देखा, अच्छा ये ऐसा खेलता है क्या? चल मैं भी try करता हूँ. Correct. So that is how they have learned, and they are playing international cricket. I mean, imagine. Yeah. So that has to change. But as I said, dedicated, committed, willing to work hard, very simple. And the Nepali people as a whole, I mean the country as a whole, I think they are very hospitable people and very simple people. Of course, they'll have their own characters as every nation has, but by and large, so that is one thing that I think, and of course the fans, the fan following is, so we went to the West Indies, we went to Dallas where we played a game. There were no local supporters. I mean, USA was playing there, not against us, but Netherlands, we played Netherlands. There was hardly 10-15 fans, and we had thousands of Nepalis.
Correct.
Their flags and this and that. So it was amazing. So that is one thing that is in their favor. Hopefully now, the Nepal CAN, it is called Cricket Association of Nepal. Hopefully they invest in grassroots cricket and putting a structure in place. And I've reached out to them. I don't think they'll respond, but if they respond, I'll be more than happy to go back and work at the grassroots, not with the main team.
Sure.
Trying to put a system in place. And so volume of cricketers, I think, is the biggest problem with Nepal right now. Bench strength. India, you see, India can today put 4 teams
3
in
to 4 teams,
international
multiple
cricket,
teams,
as
correct.
good as the top team. Almost as good. India A is playing in England.
Correct.
And it's a team which can tomorrow play the test match as well. Almost.
Correct.
So that is the difference. Nepal does not have that right now. So hopefully that will, with NPL, that's the Nepal Premier League, where they rub shoulders with international cricketers.
Correct.
More local talent comes out in the
exposure
open.
that they'll get.
In the next maybe 4 or 5 years, hopefully that will happen.
What is your biggest challenge first of all, as a coach for Nepal's cricket team, and then we'll come to also the Lumbini Lions. So what are some biggest challenges?
The biggest challenge was to get them to perform as a batting unit. Because Nepal fielding is out of this world. And if you see on YouTube, there's one fellow called Dipender Airi.
He hit 6 sixes in the correct.
So he, according to me, is the best fielder in the world today. His speed across the field, his anticipation, he is outstanding. The kind of runouts and catches he has taken is unbelievable. And by and large, Rohit Paudel, Kushal Burtel, they are outstanding fielders. So that is a great thing that Nepal has in their favor. Bowling is decent, nothing great but decent. What we struggled with was the batting in terms of staying for longer. T20 is still okay because you can keep playing your strokes, but in the 50 overs, to get them to bat 50 overs, to get them to build their innings, to get them to structure their innings, because they would play a lot of strokes and get out. Also against seaming bowling, because they don't have it at home. In Nepal, you will get turning tracks or you'll get a flat wicket. There's no seaming tracks. So when we played in the US, we played Netherlands, who are very good seamers. We played South Africa, who's one of the best bowling attacks in the world. We played Bangladesh, where again you had Mustafizur Rahman and Thaksin Ahmed, and again great fast bowlers. So lack of exposure to seaming tracks. So playing, once the ball starts moving, they struggle because they don't move their feet. Because most of their practice is indoors. So it's on, they don't need to move their feet, it's on bowling machines.
Got it, yeah.
So you just stand and hit. The moment you come out, the ball starts moving, you are struggling. So for me, that was the biggest challenge. To get them to understand, to get them to accept that they need to make certain technical changes. So of course, 1 year is too short a period. But I had a great rapport with the team. So that was my, I think, biggest takeaway
the
from
T20 World Cup that we saw last year.
T20 World Cup, then we went to the US for bilateral series, Canada and US. I was part of that also. So I spent a lot of time with the guys. Got along famously with them very, very well. I have great relationships, which I hope will continue even though we are not together. But yeah, so hopefully they might reach out to me individually in terms of wanting to work, and let's see how it goes. With the Lumbini Lions, the biggest challenge was time, because the tournament began, I think, 30th November or something, first game. And we had a 15-day camp only. So I went there. I didn't know a single local player apart from Rohit and 2 others who were in the national team. So to get to know those players, what they are capable of, what they are not, and to try and build the team and to try and make them understand what are the skills that are going to be required. Then the foreign players which came in, all of them came in 1 day before the tournament started. So I had no time with the foreign players to sit and talk about their roles and try to understand what they are capable of. So I think that was a challenge. But again, the local guys were superb in terms of their desire. And as I said, they're very easy to get along with. They are very deferential also. Like they will keep quiet in front of you, say sir.
Respectfully, yeah.
Sir, baitu kya idhar chalega kya? Which you see India, nobody will do it. They'll just come and sit and...
Correct.
So that's a big difference, that culture. So I'll tell you an interesting story about Nepal. So they have this player, Sandeep Lamichhane.
Yes.
Who's their most iconic player.
Correct.
Unfortunately, he was embroiled in
an
a
incident.
legal case, but leaving that apart. So he's their top player. And when we talk in India, if we say tu, that means we are close. Like if I say up, it means that there is a distance. Either you are in a higher position or elder to me or something.
Correct.
Whereas in Nepal, there's no tu.
There's always up.
It's only up. If you say tu, it is like an insult. Saying that, tu kya bolta hai aisa? So once talking to Sandeep, something like this happened where I said, and then he felt that I had not given him enough respect. Of course, that
it's because of the way they have been brought up.
I said, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean this. Then he came to my room and said, I'm sorry, sir, aisa nahi, but you know, this is how it is. So that was a learning for me in terms of how culture
matters.
Dictate.
Correct. Yeah.
So that was good. Another funny incident about Nepal is that, see, what you need to do as a coach is you need to learn their language, if you can. So you see all the football coaches around the world, the Ancelottis and the Guardiolas and all. So when they work in different parts of the world, especially Ancelotti, since I just read his book, he says he would try to learn the language. So he can speak Spanish. He's Italian, so obviously he can speak Italian. He can speak English. So he can work around the world. So I tried to do that. Of course, I couldn't learn the language. But so what we did as a team was, before every session, we would get in a huddle and one of them would say a prayer. They're very religious people, Nepalis. The Nepal people also and this team also. Most of them were very religious.
Correct.
They would visit the Pashupatinath temple and they would observe whatever things. So they would say a prayer. So in their language, in Nepali. So what I did was I learnt that prayer and I said, today I am going to lead the prayer. And I said the prayer in Nepali. And that got them together, because then they realized that here is a person who is trying to make an effort to understand our ethos and understand our values and culture and all.
And make them also feel like we are all one. There's no...
Because language is the biggest barrier, right? So if you can't speak their language, then however well you connect with them, there is always that distance which will remain. So that was, I think, interesting. So
Correct.
So I would say anybody who wants to coach in a foreign, not even foreign, suppose you go to the eastern part of India today, you go to Calcutta or you go to the northeast countries.
Culture
if you can speak their language,
correct,
it makes a lot of difference.
Thank you so much, Nandan sir, for coming here. And I had a lovely chat interacting with you. And CRICKETGRAPH wishes you all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you. This story is brought to you by Avisa Cricket Balls. These balls are trusted and used by cricket teams in India and abroad.